High energy streams of particles head towards Earth and could take out our satellites, upon which so much of our modern civilization depends. There's also planetary exploration, and then there's the search for life. All of that is in the Science Mission Directorate. So you want to cut that to save money? How much money is that? How much is the total NASA budget compared to your tax dollar? It is less than 0.4% of your tax dollar. If I cut off 0.4% from the width of this dollar, it doesn't even get into the paint. And you want to trim NASA to save federal expenditures? Really? Is that what's happening there? Now, I'm a scientist. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe. Sure. I'll give you that. However, let's go back in time. I have a document here. Science, the Endless Frontier. Report to the President on a program for post-war scientific research by Vannevar Bush, Director of the Office of Science Research and Development, a brand new agency of the government that saw what role science played in our health, our wealth, and our security. And this document, dated from the late 1940s, established the science agenda of the United States. This was the original thinking that led to the formation of the National Science Foundation. 10 years later, Russia, Soviet Union, launches Sputnik. Within 12 months, we create NASA in response to that. Science is not just something scientists do in the back lab. Science is foundational to our health, our wealth, our security. No, you don't see it every day because it happens in labs with nameless scientists who publish papers that only other fellow scientists recognize and can understand. But over the years, those discoveries work their way, as they always do, into our lives. We are in the centennial decade of the 1920s of the development and discoveries of quantum physics. If you were around back then, what would you be saying? Oh, we don't need this. These are just atoms. No, who cares about atoms? I just care about solid things that I can see and recognize and understand. Do you realize there is no creation, storage, or retrieval of information without an exploitation of the quantum? There is no IT revolution without the quantum, the foundations of our information technology culture. These are scientists working on a frontier in the roaring 20s when no one else is caring about it, but you had people who did. And you know where a lot of that research happens? By scientists in research universities. Not in the R&D labs of corporations, because they have to make a buck at the end of the day. That R&D has to have a sight line that reaches to a bottom line, to an ROI, a return on that investment.